Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see a now healthy Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, we've got two NFC West teams here. Your assessment of the state of the division coming into 2019, is it the Rams to lose?
We saw the changing of the guard with the Rams taking over from Seattle a couple of seasons ago. But Seattle got back in the game pretty fast, didn't they? You remember preseason last year? It was doom and gloom. They ended up in the playoffs. Arizona, they're kind of hitting the reset button. It's San Francisco to keep your eye on. With good help, good drafts, they could be the team that can really contend.
It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 15. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. And one of the big bodies helping out this offense is your boy, Upati.
And all he wants to do is have running plays called, fire out, and smack people.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Wilson will throw again. Open man, it's Burnett. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So 4 plays, Charles, all passes here on the opening drive and already in the red zone.
And even if you're planning for them to throw the football a lot, on the opening drive, if they go 4 for 4 on you, you're off balance on defense. I've been there before. And part of you keeps thinking, they've got to run it at some point, right? They've got them really mixed up at this point. If I were them, I'd keep pressing the advantage. They're throwing it really well.
Here's Wilson to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Carson. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Dee Ford, a lightning-quick edge rusher, has made his way from Kansas City to San Francisco, and no one happier than interior defensive lineman DeForest Buckner. That should free him up for more one-on-ones inside, and Ford's speed off the edge will surely make quarterbacks get rid of the ball a whole lot quicker.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Myers' kick is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1.
We might start getting some props here in the booth. That one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. So 4th down, Wilson goes to the sidelines, and on comes Jason Myers for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and...
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up. It's through. It extends their first quarter lead to 13-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back.
Oh, it's out. McKinnon fumbled it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well timed there by Richard Sherman. A sack on the corner blitz. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through, and that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Here we go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40. After the interception, here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Carson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 57 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now it's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. It's a foot race. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's a 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers get a score closer. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Carson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Oh, a quarterback sneak on second down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid gain there on the sneak, because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And our attention shifts here to the Seahawks defense. And they have forced now 4 turnovers, Mr. Davis. How have they been so effective?
It's hard to get a read on them if you're on offense, because they're coming from different angles, different formations, different looks. But bottom line is, if I'm the defensive coordinator, anything on my play sheet appears to be working right now. You point it out all the time when we call games. Once they get that first one, it becomes a frenzy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's snowballed here in this one. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. And the Niners move the chains as Garoppolo hooks up with Taylor.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Right, here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Check, walk 54, walk 54. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cassius Marsh, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems... And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately, They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Fourth down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. Back deep, Trent Taylor. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Part of what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Now Myers for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
So we've been playing defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But now
it's caught inside the 25. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. A big pickup of 38. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw again is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now McKinnon to start the drive. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
But you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Now Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. To throw again on second down. Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Now Carson fumbles the football, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Seahawks on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing is Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Myers' kick is good, and that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed him out quite a bit so far. But it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher...
And he's into the clear. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, 75 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now Gold for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 22. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Oh, what a move. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Watch the run, watch the run.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Here we go, here we go. 54. I'm coming.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Give him 6 there, but now it's 3rd. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Here we go, here we go. 180! You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also when they were...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Eluding the pressure right. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. Fourth down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the screen.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. And shedding through the tackle. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Now this throw caught left side, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Wilson will throw again. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Get a nice lead, you should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Again, Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Let's go!
They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it's going to be second down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards on the pickup there.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Here we go.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Needed more than 3, but that's all they got, and it's fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The kick by Gold is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, we said after the turnover on downs, that's almost guaranteed points the other way. But I guess they weren't listening to the broadcast because they did not cash in for any good job to step up defensively.
We get that a lot, don't we? Where we hear a lot of people say they just don't listen to the broadcast. They feel like it works out better for them. It certainly did for this defense, didn't it? They didn't listen. They responded and shut them down.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things.
And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown of the night. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Garoppolo's pass complete to Dante Pettis. Touchdown, San Francisco.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gold to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Seahawks 46, 49ers 27.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player, not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's Coleman. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown of the night. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Gold with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, and now it's second down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up fourth down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80! 54, Mike, 54. I know he ain't got it.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
11 yards for number 11.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here we go, here we go.
Trent Taylor, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are back within a score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Under review.
Garoppolo's pass complete to Trent Taylor. Touchdown, San Francisco.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Now gold for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Seahawks 46.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Just a little beyond the reach there of his. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to thank the guys on D.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 39 yards there, a big one. Our offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
So it's a drive that ends in 3, and I know that line sounds familiar. It's because I've said it 7 times now, and that leaves him 1 short of the NFL record of 8 field goals in 1 game.
It has been a lot of settling for 3, but I tell you what, it's nice to know that you have someone this reliable to turn to.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Trent Taylor there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he stopped at the 44. It's also a gain of 4, and now it's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The tackle there by Richard Sherman. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. But he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. From 10 yards out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They're the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Here we go, here we go, here
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to it.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Quentin Jefferson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely...
And a loose football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And out now come the Seahawks. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Carson. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his last 7 straight passes. Now Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing is Wilson. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.